The following game has no ESRB rating, nor is there any sort of listing for restrictive content about the game. From what I have seen so far, it does contain explosions, blood, and, well, at the very least, animals and creatures dying. However, there is no, human remains present. So if I were to guess as to its ESRB rating, if it would have had one, or if it will eventually get one, I would assume that it would eventually be rated T for teen. Now that's just my assumption and guess. But on the safe side, I would say anyone under the age of 13 should not be watching this video. You have been warned.
Greetings and salutations, I am Outlier and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we're returning, well, actually we're not returning back to anything. We are playing a game that I have not played yet on this channel, known as the Riftbreaker. No, that's an entirely different game. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm positive. What do you think? Well, that would be incorrect. So the premise of the Riftbreaker is that you are sent to an alien world far from Earth to both study it and develop it for a future colony of, well, your people. In a way, most colony builders generally do follow the same formula, although this technically isn't a colony builder because there are no colonists. You don't have to worry about their safety, their happiness, their ability to thrive. All you have to do is just basically build a teleportation unit to connect the planet you're currently on, Galatea 37, I think its name is, to Earth. Thing is, the teleportation anchor system requires a large amount of infrastructure, quite a few buildings to set up and build, and a lot of resources. And Galatea 7, or specifically its flora and fauna, aren't too keen on you basically carving up the planet and building things for, hostile aliens to come through, because let's face it, you're in an alien world, that makes you the alien. So they try to stop you. Quite frequently and en masse, and it's up to you not only to, well, protect what you're trying to build, but also yourself and other facilities. I mean, I would say you go out and can fight the creatures that are trying to take you out, but it's more of a delaying action. So in a way, it's more of a tower defense style game than it is a colony builder. And that's essentially the gist of the game. All that's left to say is that this game is, of course, made by... Thank you again. And that being said, let us begin. So this is the main menu of the game. It has various options. The default and normal options of, well, settings or options, load game. I can play survival map, which I assume I just basically fight waves and waves of tougher enemies until I get taken out. There's the tutorial. I can start a new campaign, or I can continue a game. I do have an existing game in progress that I've been playing off camera. I could continue it for this video, but I like playing, well, for filming purposes, I like playing from the start of the game, and I don't feel like starting this particular file over, so, I mean, let's be honest, I want to start from the beginning anyway, so I don't want to... Right, I have no actual argument as to why I would start my existing file over, other than the fact that when playing it off camera, that's the file that I play. But if I'm starting from the beginning from the video, it's probably best to start with the tutorial, because while I know how to play the game, it does have some storyline elements. So let's start there. So planet Galatea 37, Cycrox Belt, Milky Way Galaxy, something, 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 something. That's a bug.
Riftbreaker Ashley reporting successful jump procedure.
That is not a bug.
Roger that. Begin field-based setup.
Houston, I've spotted something near the LZ. It's closing in.
Rift jump successful.
Sensors online, weapons activated. We're ready to go.
Riftbreaker Novak, please report.
Houston, this is Ashley. Reporting rift jump successful.
Roger that. Begin field-based setup.
Ashley, construct a headquarters building to secure our presence here. It will allow me to reconstruct if my armor is destroyed.
We don't have enough carbonium to build an HQ. Let's scout for a deposit and set up our base close to it. We need to move quick. It's probably a matter of time before the natives spot us.
Alright, so the controls... I need to gather 200 carbonium, and I have 150 already. So goody. As the controls are basically simple. A, W, S, and D move the mech around. The mouse actually controls its facing. So if the mouse is over here, the mech suit will point in this direction, but I can always walk backwards or towards the side. So there's that. So this is essentially a training tutorial mission. You're not actually on Galatea 37 just yet. But you're essentially learning how to, well...
We've located a carbonium deposit.
Okay, move on to the deposit and start drilling.
Alright, should pay better attention more. There are two essentially resources to this game. Carbonium, which is what I'm currently standing on and mining, and, irononium. I think it's how pronounced. And you can have a certain amount of resources for both.
We've gathered enough resources to construct a headquarters building.
Finally. Let's place it close to a carbonium deposit. This will help us speed up resource production.
So basically like this deposit. So you hit left control to open up the build menu. Allows you to build your buildings. So let's put the headquarters right here.
HQ construction in progress. Sometimes I wish we could fast forward this part of the simulation.
Captain Novak, let me remind you that even though this is a simulated training exercise, you are expected to perform as if it was your real mission on Galatea 37.
We need to expand the base. Let's build a carbonium factory to do the digging for us.
Yes, we've got much more interesting things to do. Let's automate this.
Alright, I would say let's actually build several. But I don't think I actually have the carbonium to do that. I need 50 and I have 8. So as I was saying, these are your two main resources. And you have...
Our base will require huge amounts of power to operate. Right now, we can only construct some basic power plants. Wind turbines, and carbonium power plants.
Wind turbines are less effective, but they work around the clock. Carbonium power plants are very effective, but they use up the deposits that they are placed on.
In the beginning, it's best to use a combination of these power sources. We can balance energy peaks and shortages by storing excess energy in energy storages. Also, remember to connect all buildings to the power grid using energy connectors. They connect all buildings within their area of operation, even if power lines are not visible.
Alright, so I was just going to keep mining while they kept talking. As I was saying, two main resources, carbonium and irononium. Ironium, however you pronounce that. I'm sure the game will actually mention it before. These are your two main building blocks for, well, everything. There's also a third resource you have to keep track of, and that's energy, because futuristic buildings require a ton of power. And if you don't have everything connected to the same power grid, when you get close to something not connected to your main power grid, it'll say local. So this carbonium extractor requires 20 power, I'm fairly certain, per second. And since it's not connected to the HQ, it's considered part of its own local power grid. Whereas if I get close to the HQ, you can see that it's naturally generating 20 power on its own. And in fact, it actually filled up its own battery, so I have 1,000 spare energy to play with. So if I put a energy connector right here, as you can see, the lines will connect the HQ to the extractor, which allows me to use the power generated by the HQ to turn on the extractor. As you can see, it's using 20 power per second, and while it's generating 20 power per second. And also, if I get close to the extractor, it's no longer flagged as being on its own local power grid. It's also generating 1 carbonium per second, which could be useful, but kind of need more faster. So I know this is going to overload the power grid, but let's actually build several more, or at least try to. Except it won't let me because, well, no, it can apparently, I guess. I would say it won't let me because, again, it's a tutorial. So let's actually build 4. And since they're right next to each other, they're all connected to the same power grid. But because each one uses 20 energy per second, all combined, that's, 80 power per second? And the HQ only generates 20, so as you can see, the battery drains, well, quickly. And in fact, we're now out. So everything grinds to a halt, and all the power is gone. So one facility is still running periodically. I don't really like using the carbonium extractor or the carbonium power plants because it uses the same resources as the extractors, and I much prefer to have the carbonium to build with. So I generally go with, at least in my non-film playthrough, wind turbines. A ridiculously large pile of wind turbines. Just connect those to the power grid. Now we're making an equal amount of...
Ashley, I'm detecting a lot of movement to the west. We should build up a defensive perimeter around the base.
Let's set up some walls and sentinel towers. Focus our defenses on the western direction. They never changed the beginning of this exercise.
Captain Novak, we all know your renowned scientific background, but your combat performance in the previous simulation was far from spectacular.
Slaughtering indigenous creatures was never my area of expertise.
Since you've already done this a couple of times, we've introduced some new additions to this course. We'll see what your area of expertise really is.
Okay, I would like to point out, shooting this creature right here was by accident. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Well, a button. But power is now generating more than the extractors can use, so now power is, well, increasing. And these are hostile creatures, so I'm just going to eliminate all of them. And now I'm out of ammo.
Base is under attack.
Now, so I'm quickly running out of ammo for all the guns. And you do have several, I should have mentioned. You can actually switch between 3 of them for each arm. So on the left arm I have a sword and an energy cannon. On the right arm I have a machine gun, I think. A small machine gun, a rocket launcher, and a flamethrower. And you can get various rarities for, well, all of them. So, since I don't have a means of producing ammo just yet, I actually burned through all of the ammo for the machine gun. I still have 9 out of 20 rockets left, and all of my flamethrower fuel. Also, the energy cannon is a, well, it doesn't actually use ammo, so it's got an infinite amount. And the sword's a melee weapon. It also doesn't use ammo. So, I need to find a nice spot to actually build a defensive perimeter. And I probably should not go wandering off into, well, the unknown just yet. Just collecting all manner of biomass and all other fun things. So I should probably build a defensive point where I can easily defend it. And this, I would say that these rocks would provide a natural barrier, but it's just basically a rock. So they could go around that, and this one. But I'm thinking I enclose the wall here, and then down here, and then here and across. So if I go to defenses, here's the basic wall, and it's essentially much like any other building. You you basically plop it where you want it to go, and then just drag it across to, say, here. Apparently, enemies can't walk as they walk through that. Apparently they can. Alright, I was going to say apparently they can't walk through here, but I can, so they probably could. So let's actually do that. I say why that didn't connect, I don't know, but there it is. And since I can't walk through the fence easily,
Carbonium storage is full. We should construct more storage buildings.
I can put in a gate. And while I'm talking and doing all manner of things, the carbonium actually maxed out. So I got plenty of resources to actually build anything. Everything with irononium isn't really used until, well, slightly more sophisticated stuff. So let's just keep closing off this side of the base. Also go here as well. And also put in fences here and here, just to make it easier to get in and out of places. I also need at least 6 sentinel towers, as I'm sure they'll talk about it shortly. Sentinel towers require more than just irononium and carbonium.
I don't have enough AI cores to support any more defensive towers. You will need to construct additional AI hubs to expand our defenses. Remember to build more power plants before you do that. AI hubs consume a lot of energy.
Alright, I also need to connect everything to the power grid, so there's that. Of course, that means that now there's more demand for power, which means the power turbines don't have enough. They're not generating enough power, so I have to build more. If I can't get quality, I have to go with quantity. A lot of quantity. Create the existing turbines. Alright, and now I need to build AI cores because, again, I need more turrets. And they also require power. In fact, they use up 20 energy per second, but each AI core nets me, well, 4 cores. So if I put 4 of them down, I should have 16 extra AI cores. So if I put 2 more sentinel towers at this gate...
These basic defenses should give us a bit of security, but we should try to surround our entire base with walls and defensive towers. Ashley, I strongly advise you to construct an armory. It will allow us to craft new weapons and upgrades, and also manufacture field repair kits, as well as other usable items.
Like ammo.
And it will produce more ammunition for your guns. Yes, that is an important building.
Alright, so I'll just set up this fence right here. Put in a door right here. And I can't build more towers because I'm actually out of irononium right now. But if I go here, I actually need more irononium to build the armory. So that's going to be a problem, and especially given the fact I have an attack incoming in less than 10 seconds.
I'm detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position. Prepare to fight.
We're ready for them, Mr. Riggs. Remember to use repair kits if necessary.
Alright, well, I'm out of submachine gun ammo and have very few rockets left, so I'm just going to walk out this door and just light everything on fire.
I'm not detecting any more hostile creatures in the base's vicinity.
Well done, Captain Novak. The purpose of this training exercise is to prepare you for intense combat situations. This simulation is based on our long-distance scans of Galatea 37. They may or may not be accurate. You will be alone out there. There will be no communication back home until you can stabilize a rift portal back to Earth. You will have to rely only on your skills and your mecha suit.
Mr. Riggs is the only companion that I need. We can handle the unknown. Just let us do our job.
Alright, and I just realized there's actually a large cliff right here, so I don't actually need to defend the eastern side of the base. On account of, as far as I know, no enemies can actually fly, so if I just build a wall right here...
Ashley, we should further secure and expand our base. You can build more defenses, or go out and clear out hostile creatures' nests to prevent further attacks.
Or, you know, just build fences
We didn't
right
have
here.
any time to study the creatures that are attacking us. The only thing we can do right now is to fight them or strengthen our defenses. We'll need a steel factory to build more towers. We'll have to find an ore deposit to build one.
And a gate here, and since it's close to this gate, I won't put a gate here. May come back to bite me in the end, but for now... So I need an ore vein for an irononium factory. I also need to destroy the nest off to the west. But right now I don't actually have any spare ammo outside of 9 rockets, 367 units of flamer gas, and an energy gun and a sword. More carbonium, though. It's always fun.
Carbonium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
Alright, I'm now out of gas.
This looks like a large deposit of ore. Build a steel factory in this area and power it with a carbonium power plant.
Alright, now that everybody's dead. Hopefully. Now, I normally don't like having things built so far away from the base. I like having everything on one power grid. But for purposes of the tutorial, I can't really do that. So let's just build a bunch of irononium factories. And a carbonium power plant. Or 2. Or 3. And then just connect
okay,
everything.
Mr. Riggs, we've got steel production up and running.
Oh, sort
Ashley,
of.
I would strongly advise you to place a rift portal near this factory. This way, we can quickly get back to this location if it comes under threat. It would also be advised to place additional sentinel towers to defend this outpost. Remember to connect the towers to the power grid using energy connectors.
Alright, so let's set up a rift portal right here. This allows me to, it's basically a fast travel spot, so it allows me to teleport from point A to point B. Point A being the base, point B being here. And it looks like it's in this little cliff area ravine, so the only places I really need to build defenses on are to the north and south. Build gates to get in and out of the base, and then 4 more sentinel towers.
Sentinel towers are ready. They should be able to fend off small groups of attackers.
Right, and that tower was built by accident. I mean, probably benefit just to actually have it there, just for extra tower usage, but didn't intend it, so let's just connect into the power grid. Then I can open up the map using Tab and M.
Select any of the available rift portals to instantly teleport to that location. Traveling through rifts is almost instant and doesn't consume any resources.
So this is the map that I've explored so far, and my 2 jump points are the HQ, which naturally has a rift gate, and this rift gate up here. And apparently,
I'm detecting hostile creatures heading towards our new mining outpost.
They're not going to give us a break,
power.
are they?
Storage is full. Build more storage facilities. sensing another attack heading towards our headquarters. We should return there quickly.
The HQ has a permanent rift portal. We can rift jump to its location at any moment. Let's go.
Let me just repair that. And apparently, with everything going full tilt, the carbonium generators aren't generating enough power. Always fun. But once they max out on irononium and the factory shut down, it generates enough power to power the turrets. So I need to remain aware of that. So let's just warp to the base and auto heal Mr. Riggs, because the base can do that. And one thing, now that I have enough irononium to do, build the armory.
Base is under attack.
Just putting more sentinel towers. And just wait in, because again, no ammo for anything. I mean, I do have special abilities.
Air humidity is rising. It's going to rain in a moment.
I was saying, I do have special abilities that I can use, most notably down over here. So I have access to energy explosion, which I think
This rain
detonates
is
the
harmless
suit.
to our base, but it decreases solar panel efficiency until it stops.
Ability to instantly repair Mr. Riggs, as well as dropping 2 different kinds of mines. So what I can do is deploy mines, so that way the
Armory
next time
construction finished.
my
We can now
attack
use
comes,
it to craft new items. It will also automatically manufacture ammunition for my weapons.
I was saying, next time enemies come through here, they get, well, blown up by the mines. So, always a fun thing. Also, the army consumes resources building new ammo, so... I mean, right now, both irononium and carbonium are maxed out, but if I had enough armories to exceed the amount of irononium and carbonium that I'm producing, I would actually lose resources. But that's not the case, so... yeah.
Warning! Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest. You should go there and clear it out.
Well, you know what? That's what the mines are for. And the mines do auto-generate new ones, so... I also have, in addition to small mines, I also have nuclear mines.
Base is under attack.
Wrong button. So let's put the nuclear ones down in this general area.
The rain is over. Base operations returning back to normal.
Alright, now with the armory, as you can see, the minigun now has ammo again. Although it's still producing mines, so I think I actually lost a wall chunk. Yeah, several actually. Just repair right here. Head back to the HQ for free healing. That's not the HQ.
Ironium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
I can come here and actually build other weapons. So I do have access to, well, not much. It is the tutorial after all, but I can build a shotgun.
Crafting completed.
Which, if I go to inventory, I have a free spot on the left hand that I can equip it on. So now, in addition to the sword and an energy blaster, I have a shotgun. Goes a little bit like that. So, next objective is to take out the canotopic nest. Also, I should point out that the armor rebuilds ammo for all the guns. So, the minigun is now fully armed, as is the rocket launcher and the flamethrower. So I could just do with this all day.
Carbonium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
This looks like a hive of some sort. Let's look inside to see if it's occupied.
I mean, I would assume it is. Given the fact that the outsides... Now, certain weapons like the rocket launcher do actually have a charging ability. For the rocket launcher, you actually fire multiple rockets at once. You die now. Thank you. Alright, and you look inside by blowing it up. So, let's just charge up the rocket launcher. And when the laser sight gets brighter like that, that means it's fully charged. So, it takes more than, well, that many rockets to kill it. And now
We've
it's
cleared out this nest. This will decrease the strength of their attacks.
Let's gather all the research samples and rare resources that were in this nest. We can study them later and use them to craft better equipment.
Alright, now I have to destroy another nest to the north. And there's more resources than just carbonium and...
What's this? Hostile.
This shouldn't be here. It's an error in the simulation's construct. This environment has been created by combining long-distance quantum scans of Galatea 37 and other known planets that share similar properties. Gathering all of this data has taken many years, and we were only able to scan a small fraction of the planet.
It's enough to know that we can survive there. I can't wait to make the jump. Everything is going to be new there and waiting to be studied and explored.
And
waiting
exploited.
to eat us.
Oh, there's
Let's
that.
not get dramatic, Mr. Riggs. A 5 meters tall mech suit with miniguns and power blades should be enough to fend off a few hungry creatures.
Not necessarily. I mean, for all we know, they could actually eat mech suits for breakfast. It's the people that are toxic.
There's more than a single species of creatures around this nest. We should be careful.
Alright, I just got surrounded. Let's use the healing kit to repair. Alright, I thought they were all dead. My mistake.
Ironium storage is full. Build more storage facilities. We've destroyed the nest. Even though there were multiple species of creatures around here, they appeared as if all of them were working together against us.
I wonder if that's just a part of the simulation, or if the Galatian creatures are really going to be that smart. That would make studying them much more interesting.
And much more dangerous.
It looks like we've cleared them out. Let's hope this will give us some time to build up our base.
Threat neutralized. I've detected an unusually large creature roaming the nearby area.
Buildings. Sounds like an interesting research specimen. We should go to its location and see what we can learn.
Alright, if you remember which controls does what, just wanted to top off on health because...
Warning! I'm detecting a huge swarm of enemy creatures heading towards our base. It's showing up on my seismic detectors. It's much bigger than anything we've seen before.
We don't have much time. We have to set up as many defensive towers as we can. Also remember to build up more walls and lay all the mines that we can.
Alright, so I got 5 minutes to get back to base, so let's actually do that. Just ignore the large creature for right now. Alright, so I got enemies coming in from the south and the west, and I have no defenses on the south front. So let's actually build... more sentinel towers, and also connect them via power grid. Well, to the power grid, not by the power grid. Alright, now they're all up and running, and now I need more power generators. Because all these games are like that.
Base is under attack.
And the big guy has attacked the outpost. So if I go to here...
One of our walls has been destroyed. One of our buildings has been destroyed. Tower destroyed.
He's not dead. Although it took out a good portion of the defenses to do it. So let's just build this here real quick. Wait for the fence to get built. Get in the gate.
I can sense the hostile swarm moving closer towards our base.
Get to
This
the
attack
sentinel
is going to
towers.
be much bigger than anything that we've seen before.
We still have some time, Mr. Riggs.
Prepare
We can
this.
set up multiple layers of walls around our base and place as many defensive towers as we can. You can also use your drill to excavate additional resources if our factories are producing them too slow.
Captain Novak, you're not the only candidate for the mission to Galatia 37. You'd better up those combat statistics if you want to qualify for that jump. We're investing too many resources into this mission just to send a scientist that's going to be eaten by a pack of angry animals. Show us that you can survive out there.
Yes, sir.
He seems angry.
Weather conditions are changing. Wind speed is increasing.
That means more wind turbines. Or more power for the wind turbines, I should say.
Wind speed is at an exceptional high. Wind turbine efficiency is at maximum.
Alright, so let's just get more carbonium. Because I have a feeling I'm going to need it. I seem to be burning through more ironium than I'm producing. Which is to say, I'm not actually producing any ironium, so I'm thinking something happened to the power grid. But for right now, I should focus on defenses, so...
Not enough carbonium.
Of course, this carbonium factory is no longer producing carbonium.
The wind is calming down.
Alright.
Warning! The alien swarm is approaching. Shields enabled. Maximizing power output.
This is it, Mr. Riggs. Ready your guns. Let's show them what we can do.
And as I suspected, power got cut. So, let's jump back here. Because all heck is going to break loose.
Base is under attack.
I did not put any mines on this side. A bit late, I know, but
Destroyed.
something got blown up. I mean, they're dead over here. Oh, that's a lot of enemies.
Ashley, we've defeated the first attack wave. Quickly, repair whatever you can. There should be more of them coming.
This attack was a lot stronger. I don't know if we can hold out much longer. Wild animals don't behave like that. They shouldn't act like a sentient army.
You will be going to an alien planet, full of unknown life forms. Do not assume that you know what kind of dangers might be lurking there. Your primary objective is to survive. If something is trying to kill you, it doesn't matter if it's sentient or not. Adapt or die.
I mean, that sounds fair.
Warning! More enemies are heading towards our base.
Things are
Put more
escalating
mines
quickly.
down.
We have to gear up before the second wave hits our walls. Let's show them who they're dealing with.
Thanks.
Wrong button. I'm just having the mines on the second key. Or the number 2 key, so. I'm actually running low on power. That's not a good thing. Now, let's not get stuck in the mud. And that's a comet. That's a wrong button press. Alright, so since this factory is no longer producing carbonium, let's just straight out sell it. Oh, I should point out, power should still be connected. Apparently not, so let's just reconnect the power grid.
Warning! More enemies are heading towards our base. Threat level maximum.
I'm disabling all secondary systems and diverting all power to your guns. It's either us or them.
Alright, put more something towers over here. Probably a bit late to do this, but let's put in another AI core right there.
Base is under attack.
There is a breach in our walls.
Probably several.
A building has been destroyed.
A tower has been destroyed. Our towers are low on ammo. Build more ammunition factories.
Unfortunately for the purpose of the tutorial, I don't have access to
Has
that.
been destroyed. Tower destroyed.
Let's just fill this hole with missiles.
Tower destroyed. Our towers are out of ammo. Wall destroyed.
They're burning everything. Oh, big guy.
Building has been destroyed.
It's the
Base is
entire
under
base
attack.
gets
Tower
overrun
destroyed.
by everything. Let's just jump here.
We're pulling you out, Captain Novak. You weren't meant to survive this final attack wave. It should serve as a reminder that you should never underestimate the threat that you may be dealing with, even if you think you are in control. Your performance during this training session was satisfactory. You can start preparing for your trip to Galatea 37. Congratulations, Novak.
Buildings has been destroyed.
Alright, mission complete. That's the tutorial. So, that's what can be expected on Galatea 37. You basically show up, build a base, start extracting resources, and then the local fauna decides to, well, show up, and rather than sharing cookies, they try to, well, break everything. So, I can return to the main menu, I can restart the tutorial, I can't continue because that's the end of the tutorial. So we're back at the main menu, and I can start a new campaign and actually travel to Galatea 37 and start building up the base and all the resources and all the things that I actually need to do the job to which I'm being assigned. But I feel that that is best saved until next time. And as such, I'm going to call it here. Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.